artist ko yung pakinggan ng logo. I don't know if I'm doing that. Referring to the right term. May yung dialect device for the logo.
Iligay nun.
Okay, sorry. Thank you for the correction. No, ang sarap talaga pakinggan no, sa tenga, yung intonation. But above that, yung
Wala pa ako ng maray.
yung pagdamay ng pagsalita.
Paray ako.
Kasi, just a quick funny story, no? Yung school namin, yung most requested na speaker, I don't know if you know him, si Sir Paul Salsan from Bocopacolo, siya. Yan yung intonation niya, and yung sa faculty, I was actually imitating, not to make fun of him, because I really liked how he sounded. Then, parang, di ba, when you're listening to a talk and the speaker tends to speak monotonous, meaning same sa ginagawa mo ngayon, like flatline na, ang tendency ng listener, nakakatulog. But when I'm listening sa inyo, kahit gaano pa ako kaanto, hindi talaga makakatulog kasi para akong nag-joyride. From time to time, actually, when I share this to my friends and my students, no, sabi ko sa kanila, I don't know how to keep a straight face pag nagkaka ko sa iyo. Kasi I tend to laugh at very serious moments. No? So, I try my best not to laugh, not because I want to insult you, but because I find it parang cute and parang funny in a way. Not an insulting. But anyway, no, that is just part of my appreciation for you. Since this is my first time na face-to-face, hindi because I was deployed in Butuan, but first time na face-to-face here in Iloilo. And I can say that for the past 3 days, 2 days na kasi third pa to. Past 2 days with you, I was really, parang I feel at home kasi the way you have treated us, Ma'am Lore and I know her very, wala akong experience dito na parang nabastos ako or parang direct challenge to us, where you were very eager, kahit hindi nyo, yung topic is quite difficult, but you were up for the challenge, you did not even say na, and so, parang, sinasabi nyo, sir, paano ka nag-load? Namin ito gagamitin sa school. Because obviously, I've had experiences like that. No? Not in the face-to-face, but in Zoom. So I'm quite happy na so far, my experience here was really something that I would really treasure and hopefully will set the standard to other regions. So with that, congratulations. So in terms of the technicality, in terms of our framework, let me bring you back to our day one when we were presented with our theme for this year. So may I direct you back again sa handout ninyo. Let us read all together our theme, diba? Assessing students' learning. This is our theme for this year's 2023 Inset for senior high school. Kasi senior high school, obviously, may iba naman sila theme. No? Assessing students' learning. So, obviously, as educators, regardless of anong major na you are currently handling or anong field of specialization mo, we are tasked to assess our students, in terms of their learning. Not for the sake na just for us to give their grade, but for us also to validate na ang ating quality of teaching, Kasi majority of the time, we say that assessment is primarily para sa mga estudyante so that they would know if they are actually learning or not. But most of the time, na-overlook yung greater purpose ng assessment, which is also to cross-validate our effectivity as teachers. When we see that our students are actually having high scores, that is not an insult to us na maybe we're thinking, maybe my quiz is too easy. No? Of course, we are taught in our principles of or theory of education, the extreme scores are always teacher factor. Ano yung mga extreme scores? If too high, too high yung score, majority, but it's unlikely na teacher factor. Ano yung pinaka teacher factor? Yung majority are having very low score. Why is that? Of course, it's always a teacher factor. Why? Because you're number one, you might not be hitting the right, or you might not be crafting the right questions, or you're not giving the right assessment to the student. Kasi sasabihin ng iba, mayroon kasi mga ibang teachers that they take pride in, sabihin nila, ako, proud ako, yung mga estudyante ko, dalawa lang yung pumapasa. Diba? It's always a teacher factor. Our task is to make sure na they are learning. And how do we validate that they're learning when they are having good scores? Good scores, or they are appreciating our learning. And in the context of, or going back to the framework that we are currently telling you, or teaching you, or sharing with you, how do we assess the students' learning here in this context? By providing them a performance task. Not just any performance task, but a performance task that is reflective of the 4 exits of the K to 12 program. We are actually looking at it that regardless of what exit our students would take, we are actually preparing them for the world out there. Regardless if they will pursue higher education, they will start their own businesses, they will start employment, they will be employed in middle skill level development. And of course, we are also doing this. Why? Because we are living in a volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. As stated by my partner, Lord, during day 1, prior to the pandemic, we are actually living in the world. But the pandemic triggered, parang na-multiply ang effect, or mas na-feel natin ang pag-rise ng VUCA world. When we were in quarantine, there's a lot of volatility. Atras abante ang decision ng government. Aside from that, we don't know, bababa yung case, tataas naman. That's volatility, and that's the current reality that we're living into. 5 months ago, or should I say, November of last year, wala pang masyadong mga tao nagto-talk about ChatGPT. But during my talk, when I was given the privilege to talk at the Catholic Education Association of the Philippines in Cebu, when I talk about ChatGPT to fellow MAPE teachers in the elementary, they were really, it was January of this year, Sinulog season. They were really in awe because they don't know what ChatGPT is. If I recall correctly, yung ChatGPT for this year, parang sikat siya during mga February, March, April, di ba? But ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence has long been for time immemorial. And that is one of the very clear testament of having a volatile world. Some educators would say that AI is a threat to education. However, I have I'd like to concur with that statement, because I believe that just like Google and other technology, it depends upon how a person uses it. The AI will never be a threat to education. Rather, it exposes the long flawed educational system we have. That we are currently testing, or always testing our students objectively, shallowly, memorize na. However, a robot or an AI can do that. So the question is, are we preparing our students with what's going to happen in the future? Diba? As they say, five years from now, there will be jobs na obsolete na, which means to say, it will be run by AI. And are we preparing our students for that? So we as educators has a very vital role in preparing our students sa future. Okay? Then, there's a lot of uncertainty. As I mentioned earlier, there are the days that we are a person will be employed based on IQ. Diba? That is very early 1990s to late 2000. No? Right now, Google, the leading company in the world, would hire people with higher EQ, AQ, and SQ. EQ, emotional quotients, AQ, adversity quotients, and SQ, social quotients. Because a research in the University of Illinois has proven that people who has higher IQ tends to be socially aloof because they have a higher IQ. They don't necessarily have to relate with people with lower IQ. Imagine facing someone with 160 IQ, and then of course they cannot relate to you because their brain is structured or is
higher level
programmed differently than ours. I'm not saying that we're stupid or something, but they just operate on a
advanced
higher level. Okay. Then of course there's a lot of complexity. As I mentioned yesterday, or I think earlier this morning, we are met with a very higher level of VUCA. Why? We are currently preparing for another school year, but we don't know. No? The Department of Education has its plan in revising the curriculum entirely. MAPE will be merged with AP. It will be called SICA already. No? So, imagine if we merge na yung MAPE at yung AP, that would mean there will be teachers who will be food. And kasi, di ba, merge na yung MAPE at yung AP, and I don't know other subjects, but sabi nila na merge na yung MAPE at AP. So most likely, mag-iisang load na lang siya. So what will happen now, if my AP teachers and MAPE teachers dito, diba, they will be given an administrative role. Anyway, problema nila yan. Then we're living in an ambiguous world. No? Nothing is permanent. Ambiguous,
not clear.
we're always caught off guard. And as teachers, as they say, if we fail to plan, we plan to fail. Okay? And how do we combat that? There is a new
vision.
Our response strategy. There's a new version of VUCA. Limit volatility with
vision. Understanding.
Understanding. We meet complexity with clarity. And we meet ambiguity with agility. Okay? So now, hindi na tayo babalik sa mga slides kasi mag-dream na naman tayo, di ba? So I will just ask some volunteers. No? Obviously, or most of you might be asked later on when you go back to your institution to conduct pre-echo sessions. And then you will be asked, no? What will be the difference between inter, and multidisciplinary? Sige, anyone who is confident in that? Ito si new Biglang Regional Director. Sige. Sir, you don't need to speak in English. You can always speak sa...
As a regional coordinator, to assign the other teachers. Okay, so we will resume our session. But actually, in the 3 days of Kumbaga, for the 3 days here from Inset and Senior High School, to compare, just to compare the junior high school to senior high school. So junior high school is quite different from senior high school because in junior high school, it focuses only on the learning loss and then the SLRP. But here naman, the senior high school, it's about local world, and then the performance test, which is 3. But there are 5. Diba, tama? Oo, na 5, pero 3 lang yan ang pag-usapon. Okay, pero kung 5, kung hindi ka ulo, kung 5 na lang, diba? matter topics. Pag multi, you need to, collaborate between other subjects. While sa inter, there is one subject na
Sabi.
hanap yung mga stand-ups without the other subjects. Ako lang English. Okay, so I'll repeat, no? This is syempre, English na kamay ko. Di ba? Okay, so intra, for me, in my own understanding, ang intra is only for your subject matter. Pinaka-focus. Pag multi, it's all about all the subjects. And sa inter, one subject can stand alone. That's it. Okay.
Thank you. Let's give a coordinators. Don't forget Ian. Okay. Anyway, to substantiate yung sharing ni Sir Ian, when we say intra once again, you're viewing a problematic situation. No? And hindi siya limited sa isa lang. No, you can have many integration as long as it's within the context of
Same subject.
discipline of the subject. If PE,
P1 and 3.
Sa PE, kahit sports psychology, no, biomechanics, can integrate with PE kasi it's within the same discipline. For example, no, let's just say gymnastics,
Aerobic,
individual dual sports,
fitness.
they can merge kasi they are within the same discipline. No, that's intra-disciplinary performance test. When we say multi and inter, they have the same qualification, 2 or more, but they only differ on the method, how we run the performance task. When we say multi, no, maraming subjects nagtulong-tulong, no, looking at a problematic situation, but they don't necessarily have to have
one solution
with one output. Si Pravstat can come up with his or her own solution to a problem. Si Ferdev may also have another solution to a problem. Si MIM or kung sino-sino pa mga
integrated
so
subject.
in coming up with a grade, of course, not it doesn't necessarily have to have one output. Each of the subject teacher handling those subject area will have their own way of, huwag kayo mag-meeting dyan, ito kayo sa ice here. Don't worry, ilang minuto na lang, gaganyan din tayo. Now, that's how we differentiate multi and inter. Si inter naman, di ba, kahit ilang subjects, 2 or more, but they will work hand in hand. Lahat ng mga concepts nila nag-merge in coming up with one solution. Ano ba na ako? So, this is the sign na talaga na I would stop talking na kasi, it's almost bad time. So, now to sum it up, for the whole 3-day natin dito, we connect every element here, yung 4 exits, yung PT, we connect it with the 4 exits, yung 4 exits, no, we connected with the champion skills. Again, in coming up with the PT, ano yung pagbabas natin? Performance standard. If hindi performance standard, yung highest learning competency. If hindi, yung program outcomes
Champion
of senior
skills.
high school. Ano nga yung 6 key areas of life skills? We have the communication, technology, we have decision making, problem solving, we have creative, critical thinking, we have self-awareness, empathy, we have, ano yung equanimity?
Awareness, assertiveness.
And then resilience and coping with problems. So, itong lahat ng skills na ito ay kinakailangan natin i-develop sa mga estudyante natin because this is how another way in combating the VUCA world. No? We need to prepare them holistically.